You and your dirty ass feet.
You and your dirty ass shoes walking around this shoeless
is my
home.
Indoor slippers. Put some socks
Maybe
on.
your indoor slippers got dirty.
I like that we have markers for our YouTube videos. This one can be like juicy drama because I'm about to go all in.
Hey guys, welcome to this episode of
don't take my job. Hello, everyone.
No, wait, you waited for me to say something and then do that.
I didn't. Hey, I'm doing the intro, please. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of We Were Fighting Before This. Yvonne forced me to eat her cookie today, and that's...
Forced you?
Well, you kind of looked at me very aggressively and said, hey, you want a cookie? And it's one of those things where it feels impolite to say no. So I said yes. And
You can always say, I'll have it later.
That's an option?
Yeah.
I should have said that. That's on me.
And you also, hey, Sid also really wants a cookie.
Don't rope people into...
I saved her 3.
People like your cookies. You know, your food is great. They don't want a cookie at 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay?
I know that. What do you think?
Time.
What do you think I'm doing? I'm gonna sit there and watch them eat it?
That's what you did.
No, not with you. You just took that into your own hands to do.
Chelsea, did you eat the cookie?
I did, and it was very good.
Did you finish it?
No.
It was a big cookie.
It's a big cookie. You don't have to finish it.
I ate the whole thing and now I'm sugar crashing. Thank you for the cookie, Yvonne.
Hey, you don't think you believe in our friendship enough that you don't have to take the cookie on the spot? I would actually be upset.
I did not want that cookie at that time.
You could have just said that. You don't trust that. You think I'm actually going to be mad at you?
Yeah, because you would have then turned it around on me and said, what, you don't like my cooking? You hate me or something?
No. And if I did, it would be a joke. It wouldn't be real.
You can't use I wouldn't have done that, but if I did do that, it was a joke.
You do that all the time.
Up. You shouldn't be so sensitive. Have you ever been told that by someone?
Yes, actually, literally
and how
2
did
days
it
ago.
Make you feel? Who told you that? Who told you that, huh?
My friend Brandon. So he was over at my apartment. I have like really high shelves. So like I have things at the very top. And he's just sitting there on the couch, like looking at them, kind of casually goes like, how do you reach those? And I looked at him because everyone fucking makes fun of me for being short. So I turned to him, I'm like, did you just like, what'd you just say type of thing? And then he's like, no, I didn't mean it that way, like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he walks over, gets up, tries to prove that he was like, look, see, even I can't even reach it, and then sits back down. And then he says, hey, I think you're being a little sensitive right now. And I was like, excuse me?
What made you upset about that interaction?
Because everyone makes fun of me for being short, and I thought he was just going in on it.
And
like joining it.
Do you think he was doing that or he was genuinely asking?
Well, his reaction made me know that he wasn't actually trying to make fun of me. But I thought it was also funny to like freak out a little bit to tease him.
So would you say his statement of you being sensitive was correct?
No, because I wasn't sensitive about it. I was just trying to like, create some fun.
Was it fun?
Yeah, I got to yell at him.
That's your idea of fun?
Sometimes it's fun.
Is that why you yell at me all the time?
Well, you also yell at me all the time, I'm sure, because you also think it's fun.
Not for fun, just out of incredulous disbelief.
That is so not true, because I know you yell at me for fun. You come by and drive by, drop like some stray in the chat towards me just for fun.
You were talking about prenups, and I just said, hey, you need to start seeing someone first. You just jumped to step 40 and you're not even on step 1.
I was not the one who brought up prenups, okay?
Who was it?
Someone in my chat.
Okay.
And I can't talk about prenups because I'm not in a relationship. Does that mean I can't talk about relationships because I'm not in a relationship then?
You just sounded like you had a lot to say about prenups. They
were just asking legitimate questions. They weren't even being they were just like, how do you bring it up? Or like, how, like when you bring up prenups, wouldn't the other person feel insecure, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was just yapping about it. And damn, you just come in swinging. What's your view on prenups? I don't think there's anything. I think they're great. Like good to have. Would you have your partner sign a prenup? I actually don't think I like need them to, if whatever, but I think like well, that's a okay. Younger me would not have cared. Older me now, I feel like I would.
Well, the other day we were walking to a dessert place and you said, well, screw it. I'm just going to marry like a rich, ugly person. So at least I can have their money.
I never said that.
Yeah, you did when we went to the Thai dessert place after getting Hainan chicken that you drove us to. We were walking and you're like, man, I'm going to die alone. At least, I'll at least maybe I'll date a rich guy. So this way I'll have money.
No, I remember the way I said it. I remember it was because I just saw a TikTok. It was like this old lady who was like doing a street interview, and then she was like, "Hey, ladies, if you're gonna marry, then you at least marry someone who's rich. So when you cry in a Lamborghini instead of a Honda Civic." And I just said it as a joke.
Oh, that was a joke.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Do you think there's like a pattern of like things you say, and if it's reflecting badly on you, you say it's a joke?
No, because hey, historically, and you know this, when have I ever dated for money? When?
No, yeah. I mean, you've never dated guys who made more money than you. Yeah.
Yeah. And if anything, I was the one who always paid. So like what?
But none of those relationships worked out.
But what do you mean? What does that have to do with it?
They didn't make enough money.
Oh, there were plenty more reasons.
Oh, geez. Okay, you want to talk about them?
Yeah, we could. I don't know.
Do they watch this podcast? I feel like they still tune into some of your content every now and then.
Occasionally. Yeah, I would say like though, money. How do I say this? Sometimes money is not the factor, but it's more. I had a problem with ambition or problem with like effort before. So that correlates, not exactly, but like the people that I tend to like, they don't do much for themselves, but they do a lot for other people, which are part of the qualities of why I like them in the first place. But sometimes a lot of people who are in business, they have very similar qualities, very self-driven, very like wants things for themselves, like want to feel, good about themselves. It's very like self-fueling. But then the people that I date tend to be very like more selfless or more like giving and all that. Like even though they didn't have much money, if they had like $100, they would give me the whole $100. All the guys were like this. And I actually prefer that. I don't
prefer if they gave you their $100.
No, I not like that, but I prefer someone who like you could date rich people, but then they might be very stingy and might not spend a dime on you.
We both know someone in our friend group with a lot of money.
Drop the name. oh no, he's like oh shit, yeah. No, so no matter what, I really don't care that much about money. Ultimately, it is like how they treat you. So which is why I've lasted quite long with all these people. That was never the issue. The issue was more like, can they take care of me mentally even? Like I don't even need them to take care of me physically. It's like, can you take care of me when I have like moments of insecurities or when I need to talk to you about a problem? And if we can't resolve conflict, then none of that matters. It's like, I don't know.
I had a follow-up question for you, Toast. Would you ever date a girl who has more money than you?
Hell yeah. Well, let me think about it. Okay, this is gonna sound...
Yeah, really think about it for you.
I have this really toxic, insecure thought in the past where I was seeing someone and, this person was a streamer. Mm-hmm. And I think to myself, oh, I really worry about her being like a super big content creator. Like if they had like a huge like blow up one day, I worry about that because it might change the dynamic of our relationship, because I've seen a few times where there's a streamer relationship and they're both streamer and the girl will experience a lot of success and then the relationship will end.
Yeah.
And it's not because, I want to make it clear. I think there was a lot of issues with those relationships beforehand, but I think once one of them I think it will happen the other way. You see guys who like blow up and then leave their girl, like Chris Pratt and Anna Faris. Not to throw my man Chris Pratt under the bus, but he had Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he blew up, and then he started dating someone else. Anyway, it happens all the time. But I remember thinking that because I'm always the bigger content creator in the relationship, and I see relationships where the girl blows up and then the relationship ends. So in the past, I did think, oh, I'm always happy for my partner's success. But there was a brief thought in the back of my mind. It's like, oh, this is bad.
I think it happens to everybody where like when you have a lot of success, you could have like different eyes around because your world opens up. You have a lot more what feels like to choose from because suddenly like people know you. People might want to get to know you, whatever the heck. But yeah, I think it's like really person dependent, guy or girl, right?
Yeah. And also like if it didn't work out because suddenly he or she has a bunch more options, then it probably wasn't the healthiest relationship to work. Like you wouldn't want to be with someone like that. I forgot. Why did I start talking about this?
You say a toxic thought about, because Chelsea was asking if you'd be okay if
if she made more money than me. Yeah, I'm okay with it in theory and nothing about our relationship dynamic changes. I think I would have to recognize that if I have those insecure thoughts, a toxic thought, that it's me speaking that into reality. My perception of the world is not reality, right? It's my perception. And I think something like that is like, oh, she makes more money than me. She probably doesn't respect me as much. She's probably going to talk to like richer guys now. And then it makes me withdrawn or lash out or act in a negative way. Then the relationship will deteriorate. And then it happens. And then we separate. And then I go, of course it happened. I knew it all along. So I would have to fight that feeling if it happens, recognize that it is happening. But yeah, I would love to have more money in the household.
Like a billionaire.
Yeah, I would date a billionaire.
Okay. Yeah, but then also, are you going to ask for money, you know? Because it's like in that relationship, like, have you had a significant other where like they know you have money? Like, do they inch towards that? Like, well, you're going to...
Yeah, they know you got a couple million, and then they're gonna be like, "Hey, are they giving me a couple $1 million? Are
they gonna buy me a bag? Like, what's, you know? Have you been through that situation?"
In my situation, I pay, I would say 80% of the time, and the 20% my partner pays. Actually, does mean a lot to me that they're not like sitting back. All right, checks here, right? Like I would get dinner, she'd get coffee, or she'll get lunch and I'll get like the Uber. That's actually really important to me. I think if I dated someone who just sat back and leaned, hey, checks here, I think that would turn me off from it. I think there are some responsibilities, you know, being the guy, being the bigger earner to cover like a larger portion, but feeling like your partner is willing to put in effort and time and her own finances every now and then, I think does go a long way with me. Because it's more about the effort, not because I don't have money.
Yeah. I've always done what you did, basically like the 80-20 part where like I'll pay for the meal and then they'll pay for coffee and stuff, which is, yeah, that part is nice. I do have moments now because I'm like, I just wish I would have more feeling of being taken care of at times because I've never had that for a while.
Because you're always taking care of the guy.
Not always. I think they've taken care of me in other ways. Like there are times.
What kind of other ways?
What? What the fuck are you saying?
Just asking. Like what ways are they taking care of you?
Like when we've traveled, they will pack like they'll offer to like pack my luggage for me. You know, they'll be like, oh, just throw everything you want. Like you're gonna take. Like I'll pack it for you and like blah blah blah. Like.
Do you? How do I say this? So you were talking about guys who would put other people first, selfless guys. If they had $100, they would offer it up to his friends and partners. Now, I would say a lot of guys in our friend group are like that. Like Skara, John, Peter, Sean, myself. Yeah. Have you ever dated a guy who wasn't really like that? Who can say, actually, I'm going to put myself first? Because I think for me, guys like that, like us, we have a really hard time doing that.
Like us.
Hey, I can recognize that sometimes I put other people first so much that I don't leave anything for myself and can't take care of myself. And then I start like kind of falling apart a little bit. And I'm not able to take care of others as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bad spiral. And I see this with a lot of my guy friends, like the ones I mentioned, where they're always so focused on others and taking care of others that they forget to take care of themselves as well.
Yeah.
And then I see them like struggling a little bit. So have you dated guys who are able to say, no, actually, I'm not okay with that, or, you know, I'm not able to help you today?
I have, with the same person that's also selfless typically. Like they'll have moments where they have some type of realization where they're like, oh no, like you're right. Or they'll think like I should take care of myself. So I can't come over today because I should be doing this. So that's like but they ultimately are still the same person that is like being selfless, but they are trying to do things to like better themselves. But I've never dated a guy. I actually have never dated a guy who was way more self-driven, if that makes sense. Like I've never dated somebody who's like, oh, not like that, but you're kind of like bottom of the priority list.
Do you want that? Because it sounds like you don't want to be.
I don't want that. Yeah, I want someone who cares more about the people than the money. But
you also want someone who's really ambitious and driven.
No, they don't. They don't have to be really ambitious and driven. They just have to be ambitious and driven enough. Because I'm not really ambitious as well. Like I am driven so I can sustain my living, but I'm not so ambitious. I'm like, I need to have I want to have like X amount of viewers or followers, because I don't think I enjoy life that way.
You know, come back to the same conclusion every week. You just want a unicorn. You
think it's a unicorn? Hey, don't say that. Some people will actually think it's a unicorn.
You want a guy who's ambitious and driven, but not too ambitious or too driven. Will prioritize you. Look, where are you gonna find a guy like this?
That's not that crazy.
Then why can't you find one? Because it's crazy. Not that.
Because I haven't come across them yet. You literally named so many people in our friend group who are exactly like that, but they are our friends. You know what I mean? We know a good amount of people who are like that.
Friends, you would date them. All right, hypothetical. Which one of our friends would you date if you weren't friends with them?
The ones that one that I already dated.
I mean that.
He's like, that's not fun.
That's fun. You're ruining it. All right, what topics do we have for today?
Yes. You gave up
ruining my fun.
What do you mean? Why is talking about friends that we would date fun? Is that fun for you? Yeah, who would you date?
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
What do we have, Chelsea?
Yvonne, did you want to talk about your transition from employee to OTV member? How was that for you? I know it was like a while ago, but do you remember like how you felt? Any changes you felt like with friendships, relationships?
Yeah, it was really complicated because we had people previously in the org who became content creators. So it was like it was a sensitive topic, and it was really hard because I genuinely like started off with Pokey. I was her assistant, and then I joined OTV as the house manager, and then I transitioned to talent after that. My biggest struggle back then was like, I wish I had a mentor. Like I wish that I went in because as I kind of had a mentor, like they left. Like it was back then, I think like Chris and Pekka initially. Chris was there, and then like
I was a mentor to you.
You were not. You were in Canada still, buddy. Like you're dial it back a little bit.
Oh,
yeah, you were in Canada getting your visa issues done. Hey, you're there later. Don't worry. And then Edison was there, and then Edison became a creator. So he was like the person that I would have like probably like tried to at least learn from our other things. But then he also left. And so that left a tricky spot for me because I was OTV manager at the time, trying to like do a billion things at once. I think back now, I'm like, that was a lot to do. And also I didn't have like the skill set to do it. Like I wasn't too familiar with business. I am more now after like working with a lot of people and stuff. But back then I felt really stupid or not stupid, just like have not acquired like job experience that you would have had at like a company, learning through like a manager or something, right?
Yeah. All right. this is the part of the video where there's a segment, you know? I like that we have markers for our YouTube videos. This one can be like juicy drama because I'm about to go all in. Comment section, timestamp, whatever timestamp is, and comment like, ooh, this is the good part. At OTV, we had not sure if issue, a phenomenon where staff would want to become content creators. And this is a thing that's been happening since the dawn of time. A lot of staff becomes content creators naturally. Even like now, with modern streamers, Jason the Ween's cameraman, Arky, stopped being his cameraman, became like a streamer in his own right. And we love to see that. It happened a lot back at the inception of OTV because 6-7 years ago, it was more the Wild West. And we had our manager, Chris, kind of become not like a full-time content creator, but he streamed like twice a week. His wife, Pekka, was an artist and then started streaming as well. And that caused some friction because there would be moments where like we traveled to Taiwan and it's time to stream something that our manager, Chris, was more focused on getting his wife set up for that stream and made people feel like uncomfortable because, oh, you know, you're our manager, your priority should be us. Our editor/cameraman, Fed, became a full-time content creator, and I was really supportive about that because I thought he was, you know, really good with content as well. He's got a good personality for it. The guy Lily was seeing at the time, Albert, became a streamer, and he would, up until then, he was just more YouTuber and behind the scene help. So it's great, but also like, oh, the person we hired for that job is now gone, and now we have to go look for someone else to do that job.
Yeah, I like totally understood the struggle of it, and I remember at least when it was happening to me, I felt like a bad guy. Like, it was just like, I'm a bad guy because I understand exactly the struggle of what we don't want, but money was like a hard thing back then. Like I was working, I think OTV wasn't able to pay that much at the time as well. And then I remember like the odd times I would stream like once a week or whatever it was, like did help bring in the income a lot more because I was also paying for other people here and there for things as well, not just myself. And yeah. And then sorry, you were gonna say something?
Who approached you to join OTV? Like, was it a joint conversation, Toast, amongst the members already? Or like, who initiated that, like, of Yvonne should join?
I was gone. I imagine the conversation was like, we need someone. I forgot why we needed someone. I don't know if we...
It was because, like, they just wanted somebody who lived at the house. Who wasn't them, but, like, just a house manager. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I remember I got interviewed by Edison. It was funny because I already knew Edison beforehand, but
he interviewed to like the potential of joining OTV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming back now.
Basically, how mine worked out was I would stream occasionally, and I lived at the house a lot, and I got pulled into a lot of streams. I enjoyed it with everybody. It felt like it was really nice, and over time, I would say it was two things. It was like I enjoyed streaming a lot, and then also I found myself with more and more struggle with like trying to meet like business needs of OTV. Like I said, like I wish I had a mentor. I felt really bad because I think there were things that I could have done at the time. I have like things where I'm like, I could have done this better all the time. I could have like really tried to seek out a mentor or stuff like that. Like that crosses my mind. But it's more, it was really rough to be in a position of like try to steer the ship without having any like knowledge as to how. Because I think about Henry now, like he's so much more business minded than I ever would be. And so when Henry started working with us, and then we also were going to move houses, and then I wouldn't be the house manager anymore. That's when we had like a discussion. I think we had to be like this whole thing of like, what are we going to do with like me, basically.
Yeah. So I would say Yvonne's transition from employee to streamer was a very chaotic one. But we got here. Hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Yeah. I mean, it was a very interesting ride, I would say.
How long do you feel like the transition took for you?
It took a while, I think. Like just over time. Yeah.
When did you feel like you were fully assimilated into the OTV family?
I feel like so the struggle I think was always that like people liked me, and they like I would say like believed in the person that I was, and they liked hang out with me a lot, but it was the previous history of like the employee to content creator type of thing that's like the struggle at times, you know? Like you could like someone a lot, but then also like feel trauma from like what you've experienced before, right? So it's like the two colliding. But ultimately, I think people just wanted what was best for me and what made me happy. So then they were like, okay. And we were like, I don't know. Some people just cared less than others too.
Yeah, I don't think Yvonne officially became a member until after John Jody Sid even.
Yeah,
like,
it was after like John Jody Sid too.
Hey, did anyone ever try and give you a bag of money to leave OTV?
Not to leave OTV, but I think they did try to sign me like while we were. It was Team Liquid.
So you would be OTV Team Liquid, Yvonne.
I don't know how that was going to work, but it was tricky because I didn't want to be like, back then nobody had any ties to like an org yet for certain things.
Yeah.
Right? Like you worked with Team Liquid, but that wasn't until
yeah,
later.
That was for like a one series.
A series thing? Yeah, no. Like for me, I didn't even necessarily want that. I was just like, yeah, money, cool, but like, did I care that much to be Team Liquid? No, I didn't. I liked being OTV. I always liked being OTV.
How much?
I think it was like 8-9K a month.
Damn, you turned that down, you idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, like that money would be nice. I would like that, but no, it just wasn't worth it to me. It was not worth like talking about in like a meeting or like all this headache and stuff. It's like if they're not offering me like enough to like impact my relationships with people, no, like I did not want any of that conflict.
What do you think would have happened if you signed with Team Liquid?
Nothing. They probably would just pay me to be in their content or like to have their low banner.
What do you think would happen with you and OTV?
I don't know, but I think that was a more like time to not. Definitely. Like now I don't think people would care that much, but I think like back then it was really different because it felt a lot more serious for all these type of collabs or announcements and all that. Nowadays I kind of feel like announcements kind of like in and out, but yeah, I don't think I wanted to. I think I just didn't want to be put in a difficult position unless they were really offering me like insane life-changing money that then I actually think you guys would probably be like, hey, you should take this deal type of thing, but there's nothing to that degree. So not worth it.
For me, OTV is so flexible and we have no contracts. People can literally leave and go whenever. Mm-hmm. I probably would have said, hey, just take the bag, man. We'll see you, see you in a year. Because I had the same conversation with Pokey over our, because she got like a huge bag to sign with Subway for a year. The OTV was with McDonald's.
Yeah.
And she was talking to me trying to figure it out. And I don't think I was very helpful because my advice was like, hey man, if that was me, I would leave OTV for a year, take this bag of money and just rejoin. Nothing like you are welcome back anytime. If that was to me, I would have said bye OTV. But I think OTV means more to her than it does to me. So when I see situations like that, I'm like, just leave.
Crazy.
Just leave. You can come back. Like,
do you think you would be accepted back?
I think,
if you just took the money and left
100%.
and they came back a year later,
maybe they would be. I don't know if I would be accepted back.
If I came back, Scar would be dabbing me up. I think, well, yeah, at the time, I think it would have been really questionable whether or not we would have been okay with that. Because I think at that point, because Yvonne was struggling between like, oh, she's manager, but she's spending a lot of time streaming and making content. Like, does she want to be a content creator? Okay, but she still is loyal to OTV, so we can work this out. So I think if she took the Team Liquid deal, then it's like, this bitch only cares about money, get her out of here. Yeah, I think you made the right choice.
No, to me, I do feel like a very deep sense of loyalty to OTV because I had literally been here since like moving to LA 2018, place of origin and the place where I feel very much family. Oh no, I don't think I would have traded a lot for or trade a lot for this.
You know what the biggest bad guy I ever turned down was?
What?
After my Facebook deal,
Mm-hmm.
I had to choose between Twitch and YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And Twitch was not paying much. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, not that I am out of touch with how much money is worth,
But in comparison.
in comparison, it was like $300,000 for a year,
Mm-hmm.
which I know is a lot and way more than a lot of people would ever make. And I'm super grateful for it. But I'm talking, this was the era that
There's platform
like
deals.
Tfue, Ninja,
Yeah.
and the Tatman, Shroud were looking at like 8+ million.
Mm-hmm.
So Twitch is like, yeah, we'll give you 300K. And YouTube came in at 2 million
Yeah.
a year. And I was like, wow, 2 million is a lot of money. And YouTube's not the worst platform compared to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the Twitch deal because for me, I just spent 2 years on Facebook. So I think at that point of my life, I'm like, hey, I made a lot of money. I just need human interaction because there wasn't a lot of that on Facebook. And sometimes I think, damn, maybe I should have just taken the YouTube deal. And looking back, I think I should have just taken the YouTube deal.
Yeah.
Because my presence on YouTube is actually pretty strong with my YouTube channel. I could have just did whatever I want. But I was like, oh, I'll do Twitch and be where everyone is. And then a year later, they stopped doing platform deals.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just someone who makes really bad decisions.
I think about that too. Mine's a smaller scale, but I turned down like a peripheral deal that I wanted to take.
Why'd you turn it down?
I talked to you about this a long time ago. It was Corsair, and they were offering a lot also per month, and I turned that down because it was a really stupid reason. It was because they would want me to wear like headsets and stuff during that whole time, and that was my tryhard area in League and like games in general. And I didn't want to wear a headset, or I wasn't used to it yet, and so like I was like, no, like if they're not offering like kind of more to like for basically like how I felt, my feelings at the time, then like no. But I should have taken it.
You turned it down because you didn't want to wear a headset.
I don't remember if that was the actual reason, but that's what's in my brain right now. But that'd be terrible. Yeah,
I've done some pretty
it's stupid. I know, it's really stupid.
I mean, I've taken some pretty shameless deals. Wearing a headset seems like a low lift item.
It is. It was other things too, but I would say like that was one of my things, was like, how much do I need to like show some of this stuff on stream and everything.
Was there ever a deal you took that you felt like you shouldn't have taken?
There was a deal that I didn't know was like an NFT deal thing until afterwards. So there's been stuff like that where like I just didn't do research ahead of time because I was so overwhelmed by other things. Like sometimes I just wish like back then there would be people that I worked with who would tell me explicitly this isn't, because they would say like initially, what deals do you not do, and I tell them like I don't do gambling and I don't really want to do like NFT or like the whatever those type of deals. So I would or anything like sexual or whatever, right? And so I would think like they would tell me if that were the case, but I also should have done the due diligence. So there's stuff like that.
What's the most shameless deal you've done, Toast?
Nothing too shameless besides your usual mobile game. I remember being sponsored. Well, this one never went through, but I got briefly sponsored. Was going to be sponsored by Bud Light. And they sent me a fridge and all. And then towards the end, I was like, well, should I really be advertising, drinking? Probably not. So that didn't go anywhere. Never advertised gambling. But you know, right now, the EWC, Esports World Cup, this is Dubai money, Saudi Arabia money. And it comes with a lot of controversy because it has controversy in F1 racing, which is way bigger than gaming, which is essentially called sports washing, where there's human rights violation in the country, but they're trying to like clean up their image by funding a lot of like these big grand activities, and it's happening in gaming and esports. So a lot of streamers get sponsored to promote Dubai right now, and it's always a discussion point. There are some streamers, there's one with There's a funny tweet from WWF, who's a League of Legends player, like 4 years ago. Oh man, can't believe people are selling out to like Dubai money. And then there's a tweet from this year saying like, I'm gonna be at Dubai promoting like League of Legends, and people just giving him shit for it, which I think, you know, it's a fair thing. If I get offered a lot of money, I think I would take anything. And I always set this expectation with my fans. It's like a lot of people say, oh, wow, Toast never took gambling. Toast never took drinking or drugs. He's such a paragon of virtue. And my response to that is like, it's just because the money wasn't high enough. Like if Dubai came to me today and said, hey, we'll give you $3 million to fly to our city and play video games for a week and talk about it, I'm on the next flight. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really hard because like it's your livelihood in some ways. Also with like that, I don't know, like if enough money could make a difference, but you just like to think that if it's not that much, you wouldn't compromise your values for that is more so the thing.
Yeah. I have morals and all, but I would still compromise them. My price is just higher. And I think it goes like, I think most people have a price, which is why I don't like kind of like dunking on people or shitting on people who do take the deal, right? Because maybe that money is life-changing for them. I think, you know, it's important to stand for what you believe in. But at the end of the day, you also have a responsibility to your parents when they get old.
Yeah,
your partner,
I was just thinking that.
Your future kids. And you can't take care of them with morals, right? So I'd never blame people for doing it. I do judge people who flame others and then go back on that and then take deals that are just as bad. Because to me, it's like we're all trying to survive as content creators where we don't know how long our job is going to last. So when people are trying to secure their future, I don't fault them for it. But when they try and like make fun of others for doing the same, that feels more hypocritical to me. And I'm not very okay with that.
I just think you never really know people's situations. Like they could be on the surface level what seems like making a lot of money, but then they got to pay for surgeries. They have to pay for all these things that in life just freaking ends up costing like a lot of money. And you want to have safety money and all this just in case like anything.
You know,
well,
it's their careers.
It's just, yeah, it's like so much money that can make a difference for you and your family. It's like, I remember there's a question of like, you have like two railroads and then one has like your dad or your mom on it and the other one has like 20 people. Who would you save? Would you save your parents or would you save the 20 people? I think there's a good amount of people who'd selfishly save their parents over the 20 people.
How many people would you let die?
No.
For your parents?
Oh my God.
Okay.
It's really tough because it'd be like 100 strangers or your mom, you know, like
I'm choosing my mom. I'm trying to figure out what that number is.
We don't need to have this hypothetical, you know.
See, we don't need to have a lot of hypotheticals with this guy.
But that's the classic train trolley problem. It's like what people talk about all the time. But I think they do like a baby and like adults or like one murderer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd probably go up to 1 million.
No, don't.
1 million is that's insane. Yeah. I think pick my mom over a lot though.
Yeah, so now it's like, you know, money for you and your family.
Yeah.
Or, you know, what you believe in.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever see me promote anything with the EWC, just know your boy is set for life. And we should type, bro got the bag.
So I do have a question that I didn't list before. I was watching an old video of you two on OTV when you were introduced into OTV.
Oh.
And it was a podcast with you two. And
I watched a podcast?
Yes. It was an OTV podcast episode. And I watched it and I was really shocked because your guys' relationship was really tame.
How old was this video?
It was pretty old. Like it was posted 4 years ago. So I don't know.
Oh my God.
What was I doing 4 years ago? Oh my God.
2021? Was this our solo episode?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the one with the first like it was
like a purple lighting in the background.
Yeah. It was one of our newer podcast setups.
Yeah. It's when we tried to have me
interview everybody in a way.
Everyone. That was a weird one. I can't believe I did that.
Well, you were really nice to Yvonne. And I just kind of want to know, like, where did the relationship turn?
There's this game called Pico Park.
That is not where it turned.
Are you familiar with Pico Park, Chelsea?
Only because of you.
Man, that game really tests friendships. Just any kind of friend.
So he was nice to you before, and then Pico Park happened.
I think Pico Park was my breaking point. My realization that this woman does not listen to there's an iconic clip. I said, Lily, go. And Yvonne starts running forward and killing everyone.
It's legendary. It's so good because, like, if one person messes up, you screw over the entire group. Oh, that was good.
And I spent 10 minutes like just giving instructions like Simon says. Simon says, Lily, jump. Simon says, Saikuno, go forward. And we got it all the way till the end. And Yvonne just starts jumping. And then I just lost it. And then that's when I knew. That's when I knew that this girl is going to be the bane of my existence. Mm-hmm. Okay, now hold right one. No, I didn't say jump. Where are you hearing these instructions from? Are these voices in your head? I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. And then you're going to both jump. All right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, shit! Lily, go, Lily, go, Lily, go.
Again, Yvonne, you stay.
No, I said Lily, go. I said Lily, go. I laid out the plan perfectly for you two. I think I was just nicer back then, 4 years ago.
He was nicer to me when I was more of like a employee for OTV, and then when it became talent later, then he got meaner.
Oh, whoa. You're quick. Wait.
But like, why? Like, what happened?
I don't know.
Actually,
maybe
that probably makes me a better person. I treat my underlings nicer than my
underlings.
I treat waiters really nice, cab drivers really nice, and anyone who are employees really nice. Because I feel like there's a responsibility, But as my friend, I get to be myself. So if anything, back then you were seeing someone who was fake. I was being fake with you. And now you get the genuine thing. You're welcome.
I want to go back to that now.
You preferred me being fake nice to you.
At least you were nice. What are you going to say?
I think the turning point is when I started playing League of Legends and I would criticize her and she would get really upset.
Yeah. It's like a freaking, he was back then, it's like a silver gold player trying to tell you how to play. I'm like, are you serious right now? You're starting Dragon for fun? And you tell me rotate. And the worst part is people in his chat would also be like, yeah, you should have done it. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Reading my chat, bro.
No, they would come into my chat or they would be on the TikTok comments and being like, Toast was right. I'd be like, no way.
How many of your viewers do you need to say that I'm right for you to what? Okay, here's my question. Not League of Legends related. Do you think if the world collectively came together and said, I think Toast is right on this one, you would think I'm right, or do you think the world is wrong?
Well, it depends on what it is, because you know how many people don't pick up on your deadpan humor and they think what you're saying is actually true?
But I always mean everything I say.
No, there's things you say definitely ironically and they legitimately agree with what you're saying.
Well, that's just being smart because I get to play both sides. I attract
crazy.
the people who believe what I say, but also the people who don't believe what I say.
So that's why I don't believe that if the majority of the community says you're right. So I look at the situation.
You say I'm the only person to yell at you.
No, sometimes Scara yells at me.
Do you think I yell at you because you did something wrong?
Yeah, in video games, a lot. Yeah, like Pico Park, or any other games that we play. Oftentimes, Chain Together.
Oh, Chain Together.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah, honestly, maybe you should yell again. It makes me feel really alive when you do that. Sometimes I'm falling asleep in the games that we were playing because maybe you're too subtle now.
Well, we don't play a lot. Well, yeah, these days we don't play too much infuriating games.
Yeah, maybe
And
you
when we
felt
play
bad.
League of Legends, I just don't want to get into a 20-minute shouting match with you.
You say that, but then you literally will still like make little comments here and there.
We
Like,
played
you're
League
little
2 days
poking.
ago. I'm pretty sure we did it. I didn't make any comments.
You did. Don't say you didn't make any comments
What did I
because
say?
it was streamed.
What did I say?
I know there was something for sure. It was like,
You can't say well something.
I
must
know
have
because I
happened.
can't. My
That's
fish brain.
gaslighting.
My
That's
fish brain.
gaslighting.
No, it's not. I have fish brain memory. It's not gaslighting if it happened.
You know, as a guy, this is gonna be a gender thing. What I'm about to say.
Okay.
Guys are more logical. Girls are more emotional. So when guys ask for like, hey, you know, can you give an example? The girl's like, you can't do that. Okay, it's not about the logic. Well, the guy isn't trying to trap you into his like secret mansplaining manipulation tactic. The guy is just asking for something that happened so they can look at the situation
Yes.
and understand like what exactly went wrong so they can change it in the future. Okay?
Hey, you should know that it is not always the asking for an example is not the problem. Okay, how you ask for the example sometimes is the problem. The communication is the problem, because I think there's plenty of times where you could definitely ask for an example, like, oh, like I would want to fix this, like, can you give me an example so I could like understand better?
Okay, can you give me an example of what I said 2 days ago in League of Legends so I can avoid doing that in the future?
You
So-
don't try to avoid doing that. You have many examples. There are plenty of clips out there. Have you ever
Name
tried
one.
to do
Name
research?
One. Name one.
Name
Name
one.
one. Name
Just
one.
go on
Name
my
one.
TikTok.
Name
There's
one.
like a
Name one.
billion
Name
of
one.
them.
Name one. 2 days ago, okay? Because I tried so hard to play League of Legends with you without saying anything negative. And I think I did a pretty good job. Oh, okay, I remember what I said.
Yeah, what did you say?
I ganked bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a double kill. Like, oh, damn, that was pretty good. And then I realized it was Scar playing AD that game. And you
Oh,
were playing
yeah.
top. And I said, that explains why we did so well.
Yeah, you egged me on multiple times. You would say nothing. See, this is how I remember, because Sid said you went nonverbal for so long, and the one time you said something was to flame me.
What was it, though?
I don't remember, but you did. You were trying to rage bait me multiple times that day.
I'm not a rage baiter, Yvonne. I wouldn't rage bait.
We literally have people who watch the podcast come up to me and say, I'm sorry, Yvonne and Toast is just a W rage baiter on the podcast.
That is fair. I am a professional rage bait. I actually really, you know who I like rage baiting just as much as you?
Who?
Lily Pichu.
Oh.
Because I lived with her for 6 years now, and I have like a list to go through with rage baiting Lily. But I feel like you guys are getting on to me. Like when I say something, you guys will know exactly the thing I'm trying to imply to rage bait, and it makes me feel like I need to switch it up.
Yeah, kind of to, settle with it.
Yeah.
Although one time he did it like really subtly, but I just was yapping, so I didn't know it. We were in San Francisco and we were at a Chinese restaurant, okay? And then usually we got hot and sour soup, a giant soup bowl. And usually sometimes one person will scoop like a bowl for each person, grab their bowl, scoop, give it to them, grab their bowl, scoop. And he did that with Skara and Sid, and purposely didn't scoop soup for me, but I didn't notice, and I just scooped my own because naturally that was like my motion. He's like, I just tried to rage bait you, but it didn't work, and I didn't even know what it was. I made him explain it. You see this? Do you guys see? This is how he is.
All you proved is that I'm a good friend, and I scooped soup for my friends.
You literally said you tried to rage bait me by not scooping soup for me.
Yeah, but I scooped it for Scar and Sydney.
That's not the point I'm trying to make here.
I'm just a W friend all around and a W rage baiter.
The way he turned that around to glaze himself is impressive.
I think it's important to be your own cheerleader in life. Like the idea of being humble is not necessary.
No,
Like
you should be a bit humble.
If you do well, if you know your worth, you know your worth. Right. I had a talk with Sydney the other day because I recently revealed how much money I have on a Truth or Drink for offline TV. And Pokey didn't, and then Ray didn't as well in a separate shoot. And she asked, "Oh, why do you think it's more okay for guys to reveal how much money they have than girls?" I think it's because if I reveal how much money I made, it's like guys would go W bag, you know, he's on his grind. But if a girl like in Pokey's position or Ray's position did it, the comments would be like, "Oh, you know, probably from all those tier 3 simps, like exploiting lonely men."
Yeah.
And it did help me, you know, have some perspective. Like this really is a very different experience, you know, guys and girls.
Yeah. So you guys know he's rage baiting when sometimes I bring up like gender things and he's just like,
Yeah, I'm a feminist.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry to my conservative viewers. But
You said in the last episode you weren't.
not a feminist?
Yeah, and you...
But I was just saying that to get on the side of the conservatives because the conservatives are ahead right now, and I'm trying to like get in good with them.
I just can't take anything he says seriously.
Do you remember what you say on the podcast?
Dude, man, Chelsea, I'll be honest, I don't remember anything.
Yeah, they kind of all blur together,
The
to
spirit
be
takes
honest.
over, and I start saying some really crazy stuff.
He was saying really crazy stuff on stream too.
Yeah, and I feel like you black out.
Yeah, I
Quite
blacked out, and then every time someone's like, "Oh, you know, I watched your podcast the other day, and you said something really interesting," I'm like, "I'm sorry." That's the first reaction I have is like, "I'm sorry." I don't know what they're referring to, but it can't be good. Do you remember what it was? I'm a feminist,
Okay.
The fact that you have to keep saying that you're a feminist.
but I also believe in men's rights. But I don't think men's rights should take anything away from women's rights.
You say you believe in men's rights as if they never had rights. Like, what do you mean? What is this? Like, I believe in men's rights. When
rights
do men
is not-
not have rights?
Maybe rights isn't the word. Men's mental health.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mental health.
In this world where it feels like men can't talk about their own struggles because society will say, "Well, who cares about you? Here are other people worse off struggling as well," which is fair. But sometimes guys just need to feel like, even though there are less fortunate people out there, that what they're going through is also valid.
I mean, I do think that's part of it. Like, I think there's a lot of like toxic masculinity things that have impacted a lot of men. Yeah, I agree with that.
But also not toxic masculinity thing, just like life. You know?
Yeah.
Life beats all of us down. Oh, I caught Yvonne DMing 20-year-olds the other day.
You said 18-year-olds.
Sorry, I was exaggerating when I said 18. They're actually 20.
How is that related?
It's not. I just needed to say that in case she ever gets in trouble, that I try to say something and I don't get canceled for it.
Weren't you also the one messaging like 16-year-olds?
18-year-olds. But that was for professional reasons.
Okay, mine is also, we're friends.
So you admit to it.
The people that we're friends with who are 20 years old, yes, our industry has been so, we know people.
Okay.
We know these people.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying you're doing anything with them.
The way he's saying it.
Do you think you'd be a cougar one day? Do you think, wait, are you cougar age?
No, I don't think so. Unless I'm dating someone that much younger, then I think you'd call me that, right? Like if I was dating like a 20-year-old, then you'd call me a cougar because of the
24-year-old.
difference. Maybe people would do that. Maybe I see it more. I don't know why. Cougars, I always imagine like 40 plus years old. And then you're going for like, yeah, someone who's like 20 years old.
Can you see yourself dating a 24-year-old?
I don't, but I think that if they were miraculously somehow like really mature and like checked all the boxes, I wouldn't say no. But the thing is, like, I believe that when you're in your younger 20s, like your brain is still developing. You have so much in life you should live for and develop. Like you should not be dating me. You should be like living your life, you know? Travel the world, do something crazy.
Well, some guys like to date like an older gal.
Yeah, I know that. But sometimes I'm like, hey, like you're too young.
You kind of just see them as a kid then.
Yeah, it's hard to see them that way.
Okay, we're gonna have one more question, then we'll end it. What's the biggest fight you guys have ever had
With each other?
with each other and then in life?
I don't know. Me and Yvonne has not really fought before.
Yeah, we never seriously fought.
Yeah. Like we do small things here and there. Big fights, no. There are things I've done where I've definitely apologized to Yvonne for where I like overstepped or didn't show up for her. I don't think we've ever had a disagreement where we both think we're so in the right that the other person is wrong and neither of us back down. It's always been like, hey, I think this was bad, and the other person is usually, oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So it's very functional in that sense. Big fights with other people? Oh man. Well, most of my big fights are with my partners, and they're all content creators who exist in the space. I probably can't talk about any of them.
Just like the biggest fight, like a parent, like your parents, or like a sibling.
Oh, no, mine's always with my partners. Okay. They are not great. They are pretty destructive. I'm gonna be honest.
I've had bad fights with my partners and with my parents. There's a period of time, like back in the day, with my mom. Oh my God, she screamed at me every day, but she was going through stuff. But then my SOs, I don't know. It's all blur at this point. But there were some that were bad. Yeah, when they disrespect me, that's the part that pisses me off a lot.
But like when it gets bad, like are you guys crying? Like Toast, are you like what's your reaction in these situations?
I usually shut down like most guys do when they're overwhelmed with emotion and they don't know how to convey their feelings. I don't punch anything. I think a lot of guys will punch something, and that's the way of like, ooh, I'm mad, but I don't know how to convey to you that I'm really upset, so I'm going to do the next best thing, which is to punch something. But I'm not going to punch you because that'd be, physical violence. So I'm going to punch a wall and just scare you. I've never done that. I don't think I should do that. I just shut down once I reach a point where I'm like, okay, I don't feel heard or validated. This feels pointless, so I'm going to check out. And that never helps.
I've had guys be physical with like other things like the wall or like the car, and it always really hurts me every time because I tell them how much it scares me. I like really dislike loud noise, especially coming from someone that's like, you're strong, you're like a guy, you're like punching it, it's fucking loud, and it's like the sudden sound of that scares me so much. So it always makes me really, really hurt and sad when that happens.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about all my big fights, and there was one time I had a fight with this girl, and I was like, I'm not in the wrong. I'm not going to apologize to her. And she felt the same way. And I think we went 10 days without talking to each other.
But don't you feel sad? Like, don't you feel like you should like just break the ice?
I normally do, but that one was at a point where it's like, hey, I just, like, this is my boundary. I'm at my limit. I fully believe in my actions not being right, but like setting my own boundary, and it was crossed, and I can't like be the bigger person for one time. So it was like 10 days of silence, and eventually we met up, and I think we both had the attitude of like, well, now's your chance to apologize. So that relationship didn't work out for a lot of reasons, and I think a big one is like when something happens and you're both so convinced that you were the one who was wrong, you were the one who deserves the apology, then that's a really bad sign. Because generally, it's one or the other. Like someone says something, other person gets hurt, right? Or there's a disagreement. But when you're both like, they wronged me, they need to apologize. If you're both of you are feeling this way, something went really wrong.
Yeah, that's a really tough spot to be in, because it's not even like, oh, well, they hurt me, but I also did this. And then that gives you that like softness to be able to apologize. But like, if you're very firm, both of you are really firm on being like opposite ends of that, like the extremes. Oh God, that's all that.
Yeah, I would say that's a big one for me.
Yeah,
I think mutual respect is huge.
Yeah, I want to say I don't feel like I've ever experienced a thing where like both of us were like very firm on our own arguments and like at the end of the argument. I think by the end of the argument, one person's like, "Oh no, it was my bad."
Hey, why is your foot so dirty?
Hey, because I was
Bro,
walking here. I'm walking here.
She'll scar your foot.
Scara.
Scar, look at her
He
foot.
doesn't want to look at my
Are
feet.
you walking around barefoot
Yeah. Here.
here?
What's wrong with your
This
floors?
is just from our house?
Yeah.
We
I
can
showered
walk around-
yesterday.
Were you walking around barefoot outside?
No. It's here.
Man, your feet is dirty. Is my
Hey.
foot dirty?
I don't want to look at your
How
feet.
bad is it, Chelsea? Tell me the truth.
Can I see Yvonne's?
What'd she laugh? What did
You
she
liar. This is not from our house.
This is from your house.
Wait, mine's normal.
Toast
Well,
is
you
fine.
have shoes on.
I'm gonna. Do you want to show the?
No, no.
Show the class.
No, you have
Hobbit.
shoes on. That's probably why mine are dirty because you're wearing your shoes around the house.
So it's my fault once again.
Yeah.
You and your dirty ass feet.
You
Wear
and
some
your dirty ass shoes walking around this
This
shoeless
is my
home.
indoor slippers. Put some socks
Maybe
on.
your indoor slippers got dirty.
Okay, also, the way you said I showered yesterday, like you were proud of it. How often do you shower?
No, I mean like sometimes it depends.
Depends on what.
It depends on like if I exercise that day, I shower for sure. But like sometimes if I'm not exercising, I'm just been at home. I'm not gonna shower for like 2 days, 3 days.
You're nasty.
No, I'm
You're a
not. I'm just
nasty
at
little
home.
Creature.
No, you're the one saying that to me.
Yeah, I have been taking less and less showers. I shower like twice a week now. Yeah, I'm going through a lot. Shower is now my priority. Anyway, thank you all for watching this week's podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Me and Yvonne are going to film some extra Patreon content. We got a spray bottle, and I get to spray Yvonne today like a dog if she answers a question about me wrong.
Well, that means I also get to spray you. You didn't know when my birthday is. We haven't started yet.
So if you want to watch that, please subscribe to our Patreon. If not, we'll see y'all next time. Farewell.
Bye. Hey, fuck you.
She did not go to college. One spray! There's no way. You're educated?
Yes, I got my undergrad. I don't think he's ever had a pet. One
Can't change your answer.
pet.
Okay, what was it?
I don't know. You didn't know mine was a pigeon. You just said one before.
Barely reached.